Pickle!
Perfect, thank you.
No.
Is that our mic check? Is that what our mic check is today?
It appears so.
Excellent. I only come here for the most quality of content.
So, does everyone want to tell me what happened last game?
Oh, whole bunch of bullshit. So it was late in the evening, I think around midnight, when Macklin decided to warn the others that something was going down. He didn't know what.
It was 2 a.m. because it was last call.
It was 2 a. That is a late last call. So it was 2 a.m. Holy shit! He bolted toward Mika's tower, not being stealthy or quiet about the whole thing, and banged on the door until someone answered the door, and eventually got Kyor's attention. After letting Kyor know what was going on, everyone in the tower was woken up and alerted that something may happen and they should stay awake. From there, he left with Kyor to find Seamus, Josen, Felion, and let's see. I believe it was Alina who was supposed to be with Vesper over at the Flask.
Mm-hmm.
So they split up. Macklin went to the Flask to see if he could find Alina, and Kyor went to the castle. And Kyor was going to head toward Rod's Circle to pick up Seamus after confirming or not confirming whether or not Alina was down that way. Kyor made it to the castle, roused Felion, and the two of them made their way toward the castle's gates. Macklin, not finding Alina, made his way to Rod's Circle to find Seamus, found the nicely built home, played on the light-up markers outside for a bit, and then wrapped in the door until Seamus made his way and greeted him. And this time Seamus had pants. The two of them discussed matters, and as they were quickly deciding where they were going to go, everything exploded extremely loudly. The explosion nearly got Kyor and Felion. They were just outside the castle wall courtyard, just outside the castle's main area, when part of the castle blew up. Macklin and Seamus felt the explosion from Sarenrae's temple, and when they got to the temple, they found it was in ruins, and found that there were casualties. Seamus discovered that Hunan was buried underneath the rubble. Very much not alive. Kyor and Felion worked to get Josen and the royal family out, and I believe they were then directed, or the family was directed to go to the northern Seld. After regrouping at Sarenrae's temple and getting their bearings, they decided to head toward Almika's tower, which they could see in the distance was going up in flame. Seamus dimension-doored Kyor across. Felion and Macklin hop, skipped, and jumped across the broken bridge. And eventually, all four up their way to Almika's tower, and people were already being rushed out. From there, after, I think it was Kyor, or maybe someone had used lay on hands on Almika to get her back up.
Kyor.
Kyor. Okay. After which point she was like, "Oh shit, we should go to the Seld." Yeah. Check in on the Tal'Doris and the Derolos, what was left of them. So they made their way back to the Seld, where they found a very obstinate Vesper waiting for them. Not sure who to trust, and definitely not trusting them. Alina basically just talked her down until she decided to let them pass, because she's a boss like that. And Almika made arrangements to teleport them and the family across to Gordranus, if I'm not mistaken.
Roshana, but yes.
Rosanna, thank you. To Rosanna. They were all pretty much ready to go until it dawned upon Macklin that Ghost was nowhere to be found, and she was in Low, and they hadn't seen hide nor hair of her. Seamus and Felian decided to immediately head in that direction. Macklin, hesitant, apologized to Cure, saying that he needed to know for himself to clear something up. And Cure went with the others to Rosanna without them.
And Alina followed you all.
Oh. Alina followed.
Alina was
Cool.
the first person to go after Seamus.
Ah,
After Ice.
Right on.
Yes, Ice was the first one out that fucking door.
Ice started out at the
can't-
door.
he
Alina
cannot
was like,
wait to
well,
kill someone."
fuck. I'll go get him. And then Felian went with them. And then Macklin was like, well, I gotta go see. And he left.
Leaving Cure to her own devices.
And
Elsewhere.
Cure teleported with what remains of the Taldor family. And that's where we're gonna pick up today. Unless anyone has anything to add?
Nope, not really.
Seamus was getting all vengeance-y and Batman-y on us.
Oh yeah, there was that.
I am vengeance. I am the Bard.
He's seen some shit, man. He's tired of these fucking snakes on this fucking plane. I mean, he's tired of this fucking snake man named Vecna and these fucking asshole cabals fucking with all of his shit.
Vecna's a snake man? I thought it was a lich.
Yes, he's a lich, and his symbol tends to have, or depending on the depiction, there tends to be a snake involved.
Oh. I thought it was like Jafar.
He's up.
Jafar?
No.
Jafar's up.
Worse than Jafar. An angry redhead.
Angry redheads, man.
Man, I thought Sam was asleep.
Now I got Liam fully down and I laid him down and he just like sat up and looked at the camera and just started yelling.
There's still sunlight out. What are you doing? I shouldn't be here.
Oh, he
I
always
should
goes
be-
to bed
I
when
should be
there's...
eating out of a dog's mouth while you're not looking.
You mean open mouth kissing his puppies? Yeah.
Yes. Let me just bite your teeth. Dogs are weird.
I've honestly never seen a symbol of Vecna that contains a snake.
No, there's no snake in the symbol of Vecna.
Okay, that's what I thought.
There's totally snakes in every symbol of Vecna ever. Sam said it. It has to be true.
It's usually a dead hand with an eyeball.
Yeah.
What? No.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe it.
I've seen one with like spider legs.
I'm pretty sure he's a 1T.
Pretty sure he's an elf.
Is he an elf?
Or... He's either an
I
elf
thought
or
he
a
was a
human.
human.
Yeah, he's
I
a
thought it
human
was a
then.
human. Just a douchey human.
John would know.
He's kind of an asshole human, I believe. Well, not anymore. Now he's a fucking dickhead lich, but whatever.
Sorry guys, this is the most awkwardly timed of baby breaks.
It. No worries. I think I might go grab a smoke while we wait.
Fair. Now would be a good time to do that.
Have a smoke, settle your nerves. Yeah, I'll take a quick break myself, so I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, Rob got me all amped up.
Vroom, vroom, ever.
Oh, I'm back.
Welcome back. Looks like Sam succeeded.
That's good.
Yeah, he's not back yet, but I can see him in the baby monitor. Oh, I see eyeballs. I think the mobile might be enough, though. Oh man, I've not had good luck with this. With getting him to sleep.
It happens. Baby's gonna baby.
Mm-hmm.
It's even worse when they're teething.
Yeah. He only has 2 teeth, and that worries me a little bit, have to admit.
Nah, that's fine. As old as he is, that's perfectly fine. It's normal. I don't think Anna had fucking more than 2 teeth for the longest time.
Yeah, he popped the 2, like, right away, right next to each other, and then hasn't gotten any more anytime soon.
That's normal.
Hey, eyeballs.
I've returned from the land of the dead.
Welcome back.
Hi. Thanks. How is everything?
Could be better.
But it could be worse.
Mm.
Glad to hear.
Sam, do you want to try and put him in the carrier and... Okay.
It's all good. We can just chill and chat until he winds down.
Do you want my Bluetooth? Okay. Yeah, sorry guys.
No sweat, no worries.
always feel weird when people air out like all their dirty laundry on Facebook.
For some reason, I thought you were about to be like, literally talking about someone airing their dirty laundry outside. And I don't know why I thought that first and not the saying, air your dirty laundry, because that's,
Because it's kind of an old person saying.
yeah. People don't air out their dirty laundry anymore. They just do it on Facebook, so, anyway. Yeah, Facebook is, it's the reason why I don't engage with anybody on Facebook, or posts, or even like, is there like a retweet function on Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do that either. I may have once or twice, but I don't accept friend requests, I don't look for people. I think I have a couple of contacts on there, but
Well, I'm pretty active on it, but I have a friend who's just,
just bullshit, right?
she's like yelling at her roommates for being dirty on Facebook via
Yeah.
vague book Facebook post.
Like why? It's not like they don't have Facebook and they don't know that you're gonna be talking about them. It's at least I got an AD that I don't let people see where I vent about that shit. Actually, I have the opposite. I have one safe account.
People are just stupid. They just
People. Man.
Not to mention that, you know, if you have a different opinion than them, they'll fucking rip your head off for no reason.
Like, you're entitled to your own shitty opinion. It's whatever. I will try to change your opinion, but I'm not about to start a war over that shit.
I don't even bother changing opinions anymore. It's literally, I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, someday it'd be like that.
Our views do not coincide, and that's fine. I don't care.
It's unfortunate. People are unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand why people can't respect each other. That's what bothers me.
Daddy is the best and mommy stinks. Is that what you're saying?
Actually, no, he didn't say daddy. He said doggy.
I think he's trying to say is that he's technical and you're DPS.
Dad. Maybe that's fine. Daddy is actually puppies.
Yeah. Sam speaks baby. Daddy is puppies.
He screams it while he's laughing at them running around him. Yeah. I'm translating for your mama. Translating for mama so she can understand baby better. Well, yeah, I know she's over there, and I know that there's stuff on the wall. I'm trying to go sleep, buddy. You can't play games, you know. Be careful with things apart. You scream when not welcome. So we kind of have to really start here, buddy. Oh, Lydia, that's behavior, you said. Oh, what is that? Buddy, history shows
Could put up his pack and play. Put him in the bottom and give him some toys to play with.
Send him to baby jail. Just holding out for a few more years so we can have a character sheet and contribute to the story.
What's that, Sam?
said I am kind of low energy right now, and I'm not feeling like tripping over that all night.
Okay, I was just trying to give you an option.
I know. I appreciate the thought. Oh, you want the bottle? Okay. Well, I'll let Betty grab the bottle. Spin you around to the food position. One that you're very well aware of. Okay, ready? Food.
No, I don't think he's a changeling. We might be screwed, guys.
I don't know. Is he being that fussy?
Opposite.
He's not being fussy?
Nope. He is happily singing a song.
Oh, he just wants love.
Oh, yeah, because Daddy wants to put you to sleep so you get angry at the position.
He should be tired. He slept an appropriate amount today. If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna give it till 7:45, and then I guess I'm gonna have to call it. I don't want to waste y'all's time.
Alright, we'll see where it goes. And I can always do more prep for tomorrow.
True.
I'm always happy to have more time to set up. Because I procrastinate.
I've never procrastinated a day in my life.
Well, whatever you're on, I'd like some of it.
Yeah, don't worry, I procrastinate every day.
Man, here I thought you had like some Zen secrets, some monk training.
Yeah, I wish.
You just pulled the wool over my eyes, and now
I'm not a
the
fucking
fool.
Batman, man. I don't know what to tell you.
How's Batman, dude? He's always on time.
He's rich as fuck and can afford all the extra help he needs.
Fucking money.
Right?
It always comes down to money.
Alright, I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay.
You got a date with Mama.
Puppies, this way. You want the rest of his bottle or no? No. Okay. He does that to me every time. Found it. I wish you the best of luck.
User entered your channel.
Oh shit. We switched out the knowing mistress for the dungeon mistress, dude.
Oh no.
Alright, can you guys hear me?
Hello.
Yep.
Alright, guess what?
What?
Oh, that's fun.
Hello?
One moment, guys.
Okay.
Let you know that only I heard you because I heard you through the monitor. I do not know what happened. It seems like her mic on her headset went dead.
No, it just wasn't talking.
Oh.
No, sweetie, you legit had spoken 2 sentences, and everyone's like, what? Because you
Oh.
dropped out mid sentence.
All I heard was guess what?
Yep. That's all anyone heard. Except me, because I had the baby monitor.
Okay, give me a second. Okay, hopefully that should pick me up better.
Hello.
Okay, I adjusted the sensitivity, so hopefully that should work.
Sound pretty clear.
Okay. So I believe Ice was in the lead.
Yes, I was. I would have stopped or slowed down long enough to allow Alina to catch up because she was already confirmed as heading that way, and I didn't really stay long enough to know if anyone else was joining. So.
Okay. So Alina joins you. Shortly after Alina here, take your steps.
I don't know if it's just me, but you kept dropping out.
It was dropping out pretty badly.
Alright.
There we go. I can hear you again.
I wonder if that was the problem.
What was the problem?
Did you guys catch that?
I heard. I wonder if that's
Nope.
the problem, and then you went silent until. Did you catch that?
Sam?
Technology's a bitch.
Are you guys talking?
No,
No,
we
not
stopped
currently.
waiting for you to start talking.
Alright, let's try that again.
Okay, can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can hear you guys. So what happened is when I try to make it use my Bluetooth, it just fails out completely.
Oh.
I wish I could set it so that my mic was just always open. Are you guys there or no?
I'm here.
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Have you guys been hearing me or no?
We heard the reasoning being that your headset went dead, and then nothing, nothing, nothing. And then you said, "God, I wish I did. This thing just auto worked."
Oh, that's what I said. So.
Okay, so we didn't miss anything.
All right. So, what are you guys doing? Where are you going?
Well, I was waiting on Alina because I know where the LOE is outside
That he
of
cuts out.
a. Yeah, no one told me. We took a different path to places, so.
And I'm tracking down Nice.
Okay. You gonna say anything when you finally track down Ice? Or are you guys just moving?
I'll probably walk up to him and be like, "So where the hell exactly are you going?"
Where. Well, I'm going with Alina to find Ghost.
And you don't think this ghost could have found her own way?
She could have. Alina said.
It's possible, but the last time that the clasp had anything to do with her, she was left for dead along with our friends. So, excuse me for not automatically wanting to jump to a different continent and leave her behind.
Don't you think we have more important matters, like maybe changing the events of history?
3 days.
And we leave the Taldores to die themselves?
The Tal'Dorei just went to the same continent in the same location that we are going to be going to. And Cure is protecting them right now. That is the best that we can offer at this point in time.
Or we could have gone with them and protected them ourselves?
How about this? I would like to know exactly how many people I have to kill the moment that I get back to our time.
Well, really just the one. Alina looks at you all. Ava only became radicalized in the last few years.
So, we kill Vecna, we stop the events.
That's not entirely true. Oh, I forgot. Not everyone might not know this. Whitestone completely fell a year after we'd gone missing. Shit started going south 6 months after we went missing. And part of the problem is the clasp and Jacob. But based on what little context I've gotten, the assholes that just did this are probably loyalists to Jacob, and we're kind of upset with how class members who were directly involved with shit that brought Vecna to Whitestone got executed and put on display.
No. Alina shakes her head.
I shrug and I say, that was how I heard it. If my information is wrong, please do correct me.
Your interpretation of the information is wrong.
So the information is accurate except for the interpretation of it.
Whitestone did start to go downhill 6 months or so after you disappeared, but it was not due to the class or anything to do with the class.
She looks to Macklin. Macklin, what happens when you fit three cities worth of people in a city that's only meant to contain one?
Sorry, can you pose that question one more time?
What happens when you fit 3 cities worth of people in a city that is only prepared to feed and clothe and shelter one?
Infrastructure can't handle that kind of load. Things start to collapse. People start going hungry. Children die. People get angry. Civil war breaks out. The poor devour the rich.
Now, we never had anyone die of hunger, but food was tight. There was no room. Once winter came, there was no way to expand beyond the walls.
Exactly. So I get this one is your friend, but there's other matters that we could have handled before this one from a person who knows how to defend herself and is what you call a ghost.
I thought Ghost was loyal to the Tal'Dorei.
She is.
Why isn't she
Apparently.
with them?
She could have got caught up in chaos.
Meanwhile,
Ghost
Macklin
is not
is
loyal to the Tal'Dorei.
he inclines his head toward Lena. Then to whom?
The Order of the Mist. She doesn't talk about it. I only know about it because I did some further research when she appeared on the board.
No, she only mentioned them in passing, come to think of it. What do you know about them?
They are devoted to peace. They are peacekeepers. They're supposed to prevent things like this. She must have the city.
I see. Seems as though they did not do their job here. Or someone impeded their agent who works here. More than enough reason to investigate, I think.
She nods. So she begins making a brisk pace towards south, towards the entrance.
Ice is right behind.
Is this
Okay.
taking us through the barrack area?
Past the barracks, yeah, but it'll be close enough to be able to see that the barracks is currently on fire.
Of course, they attacked the barracks. The barracks, the temple of the food sources. Thank God Johnson is here.
He nods. Which reminds me, before we leave, I need to talk to him.
Macklin will remember that.
Is this a telltale game?
Sort of, kind of.
So she leads you. So she goes towards the wall, towards the entrance of the city, where a group of people has gathered, and they're not panicked. They're not frantic. They're definitely surprised, and there's definitely an air of shock going through the crowd, but it's not like blind panic.
This group of people, do they appear to be citizens or guards?
They appear to be citizens. But many of them are armed, and... Macklin, roll me an insight check.
Yeah, sure.
Felian, why don't you roll me an insight check, too? You know what, Ice, I'll give you one as well. Fuck it, everyone roll me insight checks.
Alright, is this something that would be, typical for Macklin to expect? Part of his, something he would have advantage on, or complete aberration?
I'll give you advantage because it has to do with running a city.
Alright.
Yeah, I only have a 12, so I probably don't notice it.
Yeah.
That's an 11. Wow. Oof. Y'all made me burn my last game. God damn.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Oof.
What'd you get, Pelian?
12.
12? Okay, so 12, 12, 11.
Yep.
They
Okay.
seem awfully, calm.
Yeah. There is an air of urgency about them, but they seem to be kind of falling into jobs. There is a person giving orders, but it looks like a normal citizen themselves.
It almost seems like a militia.
Does
It's
Macklin say
very
this out
possible.
loud?
It almost seems like a militia.
Alina nods. Yes, Mother insisted that we do regular emergency training. I don't think she ever quite made peace with how Whitestone fell, so.
It's a wise thing to learn from our mistakes. Glad to see that they're implemented well enough. They seem like they know what's going on.
She nods. There is an evacuation plan that is practiced well.
Does that evacuation plan involve all those giant stones?
There are second and tertiary entrances and exits out of this place.
As they should be. Good, good.
In fact, I gave Vesper orders to clear out one of them, so she'll likely follow those. She leads you. She takes a right past the group of people that seem to be They seem to be coming to a meeting spot, getting their orders, and heading out. So she takes a right and down to a row of houses. They're not as well kept as the Tangle or Rest Circle, but they're fine. Nothing in this town is old enough to be as described as ramshackled.
Now, whereabouts does that place us?
That leaves you on this in low.
Okay, so this is low.
I don't know what this is. Everyone else will have to just confirm it.
Yes,
Alright,
that's
so-
at the bottom there.
That makes sense then.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
still
wasn't sure
AFK.
I wasn't sure if we passed the hero's path or not.
Oh, yeah, you guys walk past the hero's path.
Got
There
it.
do seem to be two rows of statues that are on fire.
Yeah, I'll check those out later. So in low, I'll roll a survival check to check to try to see if I can. Well, actually, we have a guide.
Alina, do you know where she may have been staying?
Alina nods. Yeah, there's only the two boarding houses.
Do you?
And she moves to one of them, or moves to a two-story house. It's large, but it looks like it was obviously built to be a boarding house. It doesn't look like it was. The rooms are separated out and things like that. Ye old apartment building.
Ah. Well, he follows suit, making sure to keep up with her.
Okay, give me just a moment here.
Sure.
User disconnected from your channel.
Oh no.
It's probably a good sign.
It is. Hopefully you guys can hear me much better now.
Yeah.
Yeah, clear as day.
Alrighty. So you guys are here. and the building you're looking at is right there.
Okay.
And Alina calmly makes her way up to it, knocks on the door for a second, waits when there's no answer, and she rolls her eyes and pulls out a set of thieves' tools.
Cocks a brow.
I shouldn't be surprised, but the armor is certainly throwing me off.
I look at her, I, and I just shake my head at her, and I cast knock on the door. She already knocked. She's not being quiet, so.
Well, I was going to save you the spell, but and she puts her thieves' tools away and looks to you, Macklin. She's hard to read behind the mask, which is almost comical because there's a giant crack running through the middle of it. Mother insisted we all know how to pick a lock. Yuri's better at it than I am, but
Yes, he does look like a man who's good with his hands. Shall we?
and you guys head in. It's you guys come in and you're immediately in a hallway with a staircase up and doors on either side. And Alina leads the way up to the top floor. Up 2 sets of stairs, so it's a 3-story building.
As Macklin follows, he takes out the condemner and knocks a bolt, just in case.
Yeah, Valiant definitely has his hand firmly on his greatsword.
And Ice has one hand on Whisper and the other hand ready to pull his gun.
Okay. Alina looks to you all, nods, and moves to the door, knocks quietly this time. A rhythmic set of taps. More complicated than shaving a haircut.
Oh, that's good.
And she waits for a moment. And you see her back kind of straighten. Macklin, would you like me to, or... And she motions to the doorknob.
He'll grab his thieves' tools that time around. $26.
26. Alright, yeah. It's more complicated of a lock than you had anticipated.
What in the blade? Well, of course, it's her lock. She would do something like this.
Yeah, you expected it to be an easy... Because from the look of the place, it's fine. It's definitely not, castle accommodation. It's definitely not upper middle class. It's lower class. But the lock is really nice. But you know, you're used to this. This is within your skill set. You hear a click, you open the door.
Alright, so he'll go ahead and push the door open. There's not certain if this shield bearer does the whole superimposed thing, so he'll end up opening the door.
So
Athelion will step through.
okay, the room is trashed. It's only one room. It looks to be a combination. God damn it, Mish. Shh. A combination of sitting room, kind of a small library area, and in a bed. And the room is trashed.
What happened here?
And you do see Ghost on the floor.
Medicine check.
You kind of move to her to do a medicine check, and Alina is there in an instant. She immediately just grabs a potion bottle off of her side and starts shoving a potion into Ghost's mouth. You can roll a medicine check, yeah?
18.
18. She was definitely really, really hurt. Did not look like she was completely dead. Definitely unconscious. Probably would have been dead if it had been another hour.
So did someone say they were doing a potion?
Alina is doing a potion, yeah.
Macklin faces the door and backs up into the room, his crossbow at the ready, just looking for signs of movement.
Okay.
Is she stable?
She is now.
Alina forces her to sit up and kind of pushes her against the bed. She'll be alright. Yeah, it's not bad actually. I'm not Yuri or anything, but... And she just kind of looks her over again.
How's everyone doing? Is anyone else hurt, or is it just her?
I'm fine.
I'm good.
Alina looks a little burned, but doesn't seem to be slowing her down.
So who gave you the honors of kicking your ass?
Ghost looks to you and holds up a hand.
Is she flipping me the bird?
No, she's just literally holding up a hand. Alina nods. She says the black hand.
Of course. Did she give any faces? Identify one of them.
You see her kind of look to Alina and kind of start with the drow hand signals. Alina nods. Obviously she's used to interpreting. Alright. Well, at least you didn't tangle with Ava. That's good.
Is she one not to tussle with?
Alina looks to you. She's fond of poisons.
He swallows audibly.
Good to know.
And Alina stands and offers a hand to Ghost, who takes it, and they both kind of help each other up. Or she helps Ghost up.
I did not mean to hit that dice button. I don't know how I did that. Alright, seeing that Ghost is back on her feet, Macklin immediately goes to investigate the area.
You find 2 dead bodies.
Oh! Well, those are obvious.
Both are wearing dark... Actually, both of them are dressed as townspeople.
Look them over, pat them down, and check for places where people would hide knives and poisons and such.
You do find a pair of daggers that look... They're +1s. They're pretty bad looking. And you do see, so they're dressed as villagers, but they both have a kerchief around the lower half of their face that looks like a hand wrapping around their mouth.
I assume this is their mark, the Black Hand.
Alina nods. That's the one.
Well, I guess we can say for certain what the other guy indeed did look like. Still,
I look back to Ghost.
was there perchance a third?
She shakes her head no, but begins just doing another round of sign to Alina, who nods. Alright, well, we should head there then. That is one of the escape routes out of the city, and I'd like to have it cleared.
Where is there?
North of the city, where Jocelyn's temple used to be. There's a path out, exiting the mountain through there. Ghost says that they planned some mischief for that area.
Huh. Yes, I think I would rest easier knowing that the escape routes are clear for the people.
I look at the 2 bodies. Do either of them look like they're my size?
One is a Goliath. The other is an average-shaped human.
I look over to Ghost, who I know, obviously, who was not talking, but how far behind would I have to trail if I were to pretend to be this one? I kick the body of the average-sized human.
Alina looks you over and shakes her head. Unless you know the passcodes, it won't be any good.
These people are used to mimics and such.
And besides, they'll be... The people themselves will be long gone.
Okay.
But we should get going before whatever they've created makes trouble further into the city.
Thalian nods and gives his hand to Ghost.
She blinks at you. Takes it.
And he helps her up.
Oh, she's already standing.
Never mind then. He does not do that. He laughs. He nods and walks out.
I pocket the two +1 daggers.
Okay. Ghost puts a hand on your shoulder there, Ice, and hands you 2 scimitars.
I shake my head, and I push them back to her. Now you're gonna need them.
She shakes her head in return. And Lena sighs. She has better ones. Ones for this specific purpose.
I blink a few times, and I shrug, and I take my scimitars.
They are your scimitars.
I take them, admire how they've aged, and then
She has
strap
kept
them on.
exceptionally good care of them.
And with them attached, I make sure that I dust myself off and write all my Whitestone Guard uniform bits, because if I'm going to start doing what I'm going to do, might as well be kind of obvious about it.
She takes out 2 ceremonial swords. They look like they're scimitars. Both are wrapped in a fine gray silk.
Very nice.
Before we head out, Ghost, is there anything here that we should take with us?
She looks around and goes to a small chest, opens it up, takes out a couple of small items. Are you guys watching her? You guys can roll perception checks to find out what she's pulling out.
Sure. $24.
24?
18.
18? Okay.
18.
Felian and Ice, you don't quite see what she's pulling out. Macklin, you see her pull out a small piece of paper that looks like it might be some sort of small painting, and a pair of rings.
He nods, but makes no mention of it.
And taking those, she heads out and begins heading her way north. Doesn't seem to register or care particularly much that the city is on fire. You guys can roll me insight checks if you want.
I'm just going to chase after her.
Essentially.
Just following.
Okay.
As I do, I'm going to take one hand off of the condemner and rummage through my jacket and pull out one of the greater healing potions before offering it to her wordlessly.
She looks to you and shakes her head. She looks much better now that she is whatever Alina did.
He cocks a brow and stows it. There you go. Suit yourself. Lead on.
And you guys head your way north of the low. Past Moradin's temple, and as you pass the proving grounds, you see Seraphine is there shouting orders for a bucket brigade, trying to get the proving ground and the fire there under control.
I give her a nod in passing and continue on.
Yep, she gives you a wave as you go by, but doesn't take a break from what she's doing. You guys get each other. You know that.
Yeah, we're used to this.
As we pass the proving grounds, is that like an overlook, like a cliffside that overlooks the Tangle?
It is.
Alright, Mecklин's gonna stray close to the edge and just observe the tiny town that he had thoroughly enjoyed
Okay.
not 5 hours ago.
There are a couple of small fires here and there, but it seems like they are being put out fairly quickly.
Alright. Looks like they're taking care of business, which is good.
As you guys round the corner of the Raven's Queen Temple, where you do see another crowd gathered. This seems to be ill, infirm, people who would not be able-bodied enough to help are kind of gathered in and around the temple. There are some injured, but you can see that clerics of the Raven Queen and Moradin are tending to them.
As they move on, he's going to fall back a little bit and quietly get Alina's attention. Why attack Sarenrae's temple and not the Raven Queen or Moradin's temple? I heard mention of bastard gods, blasphemers,
Heretic.
heretic gods.
The Empire is very strict on what gods can be worshipped. They're very controlling in that way, and the Raven Queen's temple, the Raven Queen and Moradin are two of the approved ones. Sarenrae and Melora are not.
Why is that?
Change, redemption, things like that, forgiveness are not things that the Empire is really big on.
Huh.
Wildness. No, they are very much imperial and colonizing.
I see.
To put a very complicated matter very simply, because my mother did not bow to them, that's why we're in this mess.
He scowls, but he nods, accepting the answer. Then moves forward a little bit, keeping close to the lead.
It's kind of ass backwards. They hate the friggin' royalty, and yet they ally themselves with other royalty that's worse than this. This is bullshit. Talking about the Emerald Coast, by the way.
I understand, but
I
it's
was
not.
saying that to Felian, and
Yeah, but you're saying it out loud.
true, yes.
It's not as simple as all that.
It never is, but it's a lot easier to just say it that way.
Well, but that makes it untrue.
In essence, yes, but at the same time, this history is either we're gonna get out of here and we're gonna make sure this never happens again, or we're gonna fail, and then I'm going to systematically hunt down and kill every last motherfucker responsible.
No, you will succeed, because if you do not succeed, my entire family, except for 2 people, are dead. So, no, you will succeed, and you will go back at least a year. And she says this with the absolute certainty, like, no, that is a fact.
What makes you so certain?
Because I cannot operate, I cannot fight right now and be as calm as I am without thinking that somehow you are going to save my little brothers and sisters and, well, cousins, but still, that's what they were to me. More brothers and sisters than cousins. Because Gabe and Raph were in that temple of Sarenrae. Sala, Han, Sarah, all of them. And you guys skirt around the western corner of Almika's tower. It's a tight fit, and you have to go one by one, but you do manage, because it's very nestled into the cliffside, but you do manage to make your way around.
So, north of here. We're running out of north.
Well, north and up. It's past the Icy Maw.
Oh, you're kidding me.
She
That's a
shakes-
frozen waterfall.
He searches upward looking for a path or...
As you guys turn around this cliffside, you actually do find a small switchback path heading up.
After some silence, I just, as we're walking up, I look over at Alina. Gee, interesting that you have a similar attitude to me. In regards to focus and what you have to believe in order to continue to function.
She just shrugged her shoulders. Alright, let's go take care of whatever mischief they've made. And you do see that Ghost has fallen back, and Alina has taken point in a way that's very familiar. It feels practiced. It feels like this is how they operate.
You expect traps then?
Alina shakes her head. Maybe. Probably not. They would have destroyed the temple.
Recklin stays close to the front of the group.
And you notice, you've traveled with Alina for a couple days now, but not closely. You notice that she has a commanding presence. And it seems like she's very much compartmentalized and mission-oriented right now.
Of course she is.
And she strides with the confidence of someone that comes from a long, long line of emperors.
Push our way up.
Push your way up.
Hmm.
How much further?
I don't know. If I knew that, I'd. Why?
Uh, it's more of a time thing. Are we? Do you feel like we're going to hit the area you were expecting us to hit within the next 10 minutes, hour?
Hour, definitely.
Okay. I look over at Macklin. So, would you like to be invisible?
He actually seems to contemplate it for a minute.
It's probably for the best. Element of surprise. Yes.
Okay. I look between Ghost and um, Alina, and I look at Felion.
Surprise is overrated.
I shrug, and I move up closer to Alina, and I start. Well, actually, before I do that, I look at Felion. You stay in the center, Macklin. You're behind Ghost. Step in her feet. I've got Alina, and then I touch Macklin and myself and cast invisibility. After we've been walking for about 5 more minutes, just to give us a little bit more leeway there, and then I immediately just get in step behind Alina,
Okay.
just trying to hide our footprints by stepping in there for the footprints that they're leaving already.
I guess I'll do what he says.
Oh no, that's a good plan.
Okay. If you guys want to put yourself on the map.
I thought, so is Ghost taking point or is Ghost in the back?
Ghost. This is Ghost in the back. That's Alina.
Okay, I'd forgotten which one was which, but I am directly following in Alina's footsteps.
Okay. Do you want to put a marker on yourself so I know that you're invisible?
Ninja.
That's a good one, actually. I'm gonna steal that one. So only Alina and Felion are visible?
Oh, did Ghost go invisible too?
You said that you cast invisibility on her, so I assumed
Oh,
yes.
no, I casted invisibility on myself and Macklin.
Okay, then no, she's not invisible.
Okay, yeah, because the plan was they would obviously be in a group together. Felion is in is some person that would obviously go and attack the first thing that showed up against them. So him being invisible doesn't really help anything, and would explain why there's a set distance between the two. While Macklin and I are the stealthiest mofos that we have in our party right now.
Okay. All right, as you guys move forward, Alina at a pretty brisk march. Felian, you're falling in step beside her.
Sorry, I forgot to hit the button that makes me talk, which is helpful. Yeah, I'll stay close beside him. A little bit at a distance, but close.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you guys move forward. You pass the. It's not on the map, but you pass the burning shell of a decent-sized temple. And you hear Alina kind of curse a little bit under her breath as she moves forward. Past it.
I take it they don't support this god either.
Hades is even less heard of than Sarenrae or Melora. But he's not on the approved list, so.
So let's cause chaos and destroy villages where people are trying to live. Makes sense.
Let's start a war.
Even better, let's do war against our own kind and have a war against the King of Death. Makes sense.
Well, we're still relatively within the bounds of the city. Macklin's going to speak quietly.
I don't understand. Why? I can understand retaliating from being driven out and sent into exile. But the Black Hand seems very much on board with what the Empire is doing. There has to be more at work here. Why go along with these policies? Is it for gold or some fundamental philosophy of theirs?
Alina kind of shrugs her shoulders uncomfortably. Well, after the clasp, what was left of the clasp after Mother took care of them, left, they were not exiled comfortably. Left penniless would probably be a better description. And the Empire pays good money to people who are loyal to them. And all of a sudden, they now had a few assassins, drug dealers, poison makers, thieves, just land in their lap.
So it is as simple as gold, then.
Gold and good treatment breed loyalty.
Well, of course.
And after time, it's not about the gold, it's about loyalty. With enough time, you can reframe anything.
What's it all gonna matter when we're all dead? You know, it's interesting. I could tell you, I once knew a group that loved gold so much. They would allow a world into chaos and they'd allow evil to walk amongst us all. And all for what? A little shiny coin that gives you nothing. Thalion spits on the ground.
Alina sighs. It's not that simple.
It all becomes that simple, I'm afraid.
Yes, I suppose when you are taking a very brief glance at it, you can simplify it that easily.
What did they do to class members who didn't flee Whitestone when it fell? Who said it wasn't a comfortable exile?
The ones who were exiled were driven out, penniless, without any belongings, and were not allowed on the continent. I believe they fled to the Emerald Coast, but the Empire would have been more comfortable for them. They would have had to travel by foot. In winter. Across the continent.
Well,
I
sounds like
imagine you would see friends and family die.
I did see
Well-
friends and family die. My uncle, in fact, Gren, died because of what the clasp did and what Jacob did.
I am sure of that. Actually, I've heard the story, I think, from you. Disgusting people will do disgusting things, I guess. Just keep pushing forward.
Mm-hmm. Are you guys going to try and stealth or no?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
As we leave
Well,
the city
I'm
proper.
not trying to stealth unless everyone else is, because my pace is to keep the same stride as Alina. I have to be moving as fast as she is.
Okay.
So if she's not stealthing, I'm not stealthing. Outside of being invisible.
Likewise, I'll be moving in Ghost's footsteps as there is snow.
And it's quite hard-packed snow. You're not sinking in that much.
Well, I really am just a tiny boy.
That is true.
Someone's going to bed, I just heard her yell at me.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Though no sound was made, Ice did manage to hold it together when he heard that Gren had met an end, and he assumes it was because Gren was on the wrong side with the clasp and reached and got the same treatment as Jacob.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
That's definitely an assumption.
Yes, it is. Until he asks someone about it later on, that's what he's going to believe.
Bold of you to assume we're going to survive this encounter.
Well, I mean, you heard Alina, right?
So, what does she do? Does she go stomping forward, or is she stealthing?
She's heading straight forward. She is a
Valiant
juggernaut.
would do the same thing.
What's Ghost doing?
Ghost is walking quietly, keeping behind them.
Alright.
You can roll an insight check if you'd like.
Oh, sure. That's a good old 5.
Yeah, she's fine. Her face is covered.
She's fine. She's got this. I'll move to keep it pace with her to move quietly.
And she isn't interrupting. You don't see any hand signals or anything. She doesn't seem to be interrupting Alina's lecture on local politics.
Right. Macklin is certain she is uncomfortable, but is not going to probe. It's an uncomfortable topic.
Do we have any idea what these people decided to do, or are we just going in head first, not knowing anything?
I'm keeping an eye out, and you see Alina stop. Let's just say here. So you'd be there. You'd be there. Ghost is there. Farthing there. Nope.
Can I roll a perception check to perceive my surroundings?
Sure.
$23.
23. Okay. Just a moment here.
That's never good when you roll the dice.
Mm-hmm.
It's willing to see how many beholders show up. Not if one shows up, how many show up.
I almost ordered a Beholder Mini.
Why almost?
It was $30, and I really didn't have $30 to spend on it.
Yeah, luxuries, man.
So I ordered a Fire Giant instead.
Why'd you get a fire giant?
Friday.
Give me a moment here. Sorry about the wait.
That's okay. We fought him once and barely lived. I'm sure we'll do fine this time.
Draco Lich?
Actually, I'm pretty sure you whipped the living shit out of the Fire Giant.
No, we didn't.
You guys fought a fire giant?
In another game, yeah.
Ah, so that's got.
Give me. Ugh, come on. Sorry, wrong layer. So as you're moving forward, you see Alina kind of stop, and seems to be looking around, keeping an eye out on what's going on around you all of a sudden. She looks to you, Valiant, and points to the ground. The track stop here.
That's not good.
She shakes her head. And she is also going to take a look around. Alright. That's a roll.
Oh.
Okay. She doesn't seem to be noticing anything major.
As the group comes to a stop, can I roll perception?
Sure.
Is this as foresty as it looks?
Yes.
Sweet.
And you roll a perception, and you roll a perception, and you roll a perception.
That's a 20, not natural.
Okay.
That don't be my 23. And if I don't see nothing, we fucked.
I mean, if I rolled above a 5... Wait, no. If I rolled above a 15...
What happens when you roll above a 15?
like, then I get above a 20. Proportional to the numbers above 15. That's odd. I should have a +7 to perception, not a +5.
And you're telling me these tracks do not go in any different direction? He's gonna examine them. No, they don't. They just kind of disappear.
No, but with your roll, Macklin and Felian, you see a bit of movement up here.
Oh.
Was that? No, that was me. Sorry.
Macklin gives Ghost a tip tap on the shoulder and points in 2 separate directions.
How does she see you if you're invisible?
Oh, Cox.
Felian crouches with, let's just say Lena is looking at the tracks and Felian crouches with her. Kind of looking like he's examining the tracks. Gives her a slight nudge and looks over in the tree direction. Like a little, like, hey, that way.
Alright.
So what do you think? We should keep going, or...
I don't know why I'm rolling real dice for her. She's wired in the system.
It's a glutton for punishment.
12. She kind of shrugs her shoulders. Might be the wind.
Wow.
She got an 8.
Alright.
Felian keeps walking forward, keeping an eye in that direction.
Okay.
So,
And she
rather
joins
than
you.
point out things, because I can't actually point things out, I will instead tap Sorrow on the shoulder, and then brush my knuckles against her elbow in the direction that I begin to move. And I'm going to go ahead and roll stealth to see if I can get toward the location of that movement undetected.
Okay.
28.
Oh yeah, you are definitely undetected. And you see Ghost dart forward and grab Felian and Lena by the back of their cloaks.
Oh.
And she starts motioning very quick hand signs. Macklin, actually, everyone can make me an intelligence check.
Nope.
Okay.
Hold on, wrong character sheet.
That's a 12.
12. Okay. What'd you get, Ice? 4. Cool. Felian, 16.
No, sorry, 17.
17. Okay, so Felian, you don't speak Drow hand sign, but giant fucking thing that way is an easy enough read. And
In the
Alina,
direction of Macklin?
she's pointing in the direction that you saw, so over here.
I do have to say, I think your friend's trying an emotion to the fact that there's...
An ice giant over there? Yes.
Yes.
Macklin resists barking out loud. Incredulously. And slows his movement. But doesn't stop his movement.
Are you familiar with an ice giant being over in, say, direction?
No, but the ones here aren't friendly. So give me a moment here. We're
Shit.
gonna roll some goddamn initiative.
And to think, if we went to Cure, we'd be having tea right now with the Tal'Doris. That's boring.
Can't level a game ahead of Cure without doing other stuff, man.
You physically can't level a game ahead of Cure. You guys milestone level.
But we can TPK without her.
You can do that. That is possible.
Yes.
One on my
Yes,
initiative.
Oh
I'm
my
not
God.
last.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me add these two.
The only advantage I have right now is that ice giants aren't very dexterous.
Okay, so she got a 16. And she got a million.
A million.
Oh, Natural Explorer gives me initiative. Gives me an advantage on initiative too.
Mm-hmm.
Hang tight.
Jesus freaking Christ. Alright.
Damn it.
Damn.
I was first.
Well, that's a thing.
You were close to first.
Oh, I didn't see that Ghost rolled.
I had to put Ghost, you know. She can't be. The student can't. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. You just saying.
I'm just saying she. It wouldn't be right for her to go before me.
Okay, well, Macklin, you're up first.
All right, so
Actually,
there's-
and since you've been warned,
oh, he's literally made of ice.
It's a motherfucking ice giant.
I just thought they were
Yeah.
like just cold, like just dudes who were cold to the touch, like they lived in the snow and stuff,
Well,
Yes, and
like big Eskimos.
no.
Okay.
Maybe he just has ice armor on, Macklin.
Anybody got like fire?
Yep.
Do I have fire? I will, with my stealthy stealth, try to get ahead of him. So I move 25, so 5. Move 25. Use my bonus action to continue moving. Separate myself entirely from the party, because that's what you do.
mm-hmm. Yep.
And let's see. I hold an attack. If this thing gets too close to my allies and starts to aggress, I will take 2 attacks with the Contemner.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay. Give just a moment here. Gotta do measurements. 35. So, Macklin, you watch her move here. And then all of a sudden she's here.
She just bamfs.
She just bamps.
It's like I'm not the only multi-classer.
and you see her take several swings with her scimitars. Okay. So those are the vicious, and that's the life stealing. So yeah, that's a hit. Actually, that and that are a hit. So she gets 2 hits. You see her come in with one attack, come in with another attack, and then the third one misses. As it seems to kind of try to slam her away.
I'm noticing here.
Do you have the volume up on the monitor? Okay. Must be something outside, probably the neighbor's dogs. Okay, so she's doing 3d6 necrotic. Okay. Yeah, so she just starts taking chunks out of it. And that's her turn, as she is standing next to an ice giant. Oh, which I didn't even roll initiative for, because I'm awesome. We'll say it's surprised. It has a 9 passive perception.
Oof.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's appropriate. All right. Making it Ice's turn.
How did he move? What? Oh, I missed something. He just suddenly moved.
No,
Look, wait for-
I moved him down for a second to add his turn to is he not in the right spot? Is he should be there?
There we go. Thank you.
Alright.
He was still showing further down on my screen. I was like, what the hell?
Roll20 has this weird glitch where if they're too high up on the map, you can't add them to the turn order.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
Weird.
for me, like, the entire, like, it doesn't accommodate the fact that you're on the top of the screen. So the top half of the menu options just disappear.
Oh, shit.
Okay, well, since Ghost already ran up and did her thing, so from where I'm at right here, I pull out Whisper and I take a range attack at the motherfucker in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, 20 not that.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Uh, 5 piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will attack with my sidearm.
Piercing is from a... It's from your gun?
No, piercing is from the. Or I thought it would be. Is it slashing with the dagger?
Okay, just oh, so it's okay. I just need to know what weapon you're using.
So yeah, the first one was with the magic weapon whisper.
Okay, that's what I needed to know. At risk of giving away one of the things.
I think we all know what you're trying to refer
I'd
to. Just
add
to let
one
you
more
know.
damage to that because I had forgotten to increase whispers plus bonus on the back end. It had been stuck at 1 for a while. But I will take out now that I'm invisible. I aim down the sights of my white stone revolver and I take another shot at the motherfucker. Well, since 20 hit, I'm fairly certain that 21 hits, so.
Yep.
And that is 10 piercing magic.
Okay. Did you say 10 piercing magic?
Yes, 10 piercing damage. And it's from a magical weapon, so it's magical.
Your revolver is magic?
Yeah, it's a +1.
Okay.
And with that, that'll be my turn.
Okay. Alright. That's fun. So, you see Alina just kind of bow her head, and she lets out a small chuckle. And what's she gonna do? Let me just pull up her things real quick. Where's her damn spells? Sorry, I'm not used to this character sheet. Yeah, she's gonna cast haste on herself. And she basically becomes a blur. As she oh yeah. Just sprints there. And alright, that's her action. Alright, that's what she's got. So she's just gonna stand there and look at the ice giant, and she is ready for a fight. Pelion.
Would you say we're in dim light?
Yeah, it's still pre-dawn.
Okay, cool, because that gives me extra movement. So, I'm going to get about there. And as a bonus action, I'm going to ignite my sword in fire. And I'm going to swing at him.
Okay.
24.
24 definitely hits.
$19 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Take another swing. 22.
22 hits.
16 points of fire damage,
Okay.
and that's his turn.
All right. So at the beginning of the ice giant's turn, so it's hard standing near the ice giant, and in fact, it's freezing cold. The air just starts chapping your face as you're close, and everyone. So Ghost, Alina, and Felian each take 8 points of cold damage.
Okay.
Alright.
Does that trigger Macklin's attack?
I think that's just its passive.
Yeah, it's passive. You were waiting for an active attack?
Well, seeing everyone's ganging up on him at once, I may as well pop my action now.
Okay.
Alright, so I'll make 2 attacks. The first one from invisible. It's a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Alright, hold on one sec. Oh, where did my cheat sheet go? Alright, so 4d6 sneak attack damage.
Mm-hmm.
1d6 poison. 1d4 Colossus Slayer. Okay, so it takes 28, 29, 30 points of damage, one of which is poison. Macklin appears. And makes a second attack. That's a 22 to hit.
22 definitely hits.
Okay. An additional 1d6 poison. Okay. So 21 points of damage, one of which is poison if it matters. These are from the Condemner, which is magical.
Okay. So I'm sorry, what was the final total?
Both attacks together, or
No, your second attack.
21.
Okay. So it's pissed. So it's going to pull out its greatsword. Alright. And make an attack at Alina, because it's dumb that she's right in front of him. Wow, that's a lot of 6s. Cool. Okay. That's... As he whacks her good. And takes it looks like a good chunk out of her with a giant fucking greatsword.
Oh, wow.
And neither of you are within 10 feet of her, so that's irrelevant. Okay. And that's its turn. Making it Mecklin's turn.
Alright, something dawned upon me when I
Oh,
saw
no,
the
it was Mecklin. Wait. Oh, no, yeah, you hold your action. That's why.
Hello
Okay,
action.
sorry.
Yep. When I saw Felion light up his sword. About how flammable is moonshine?
Very flammable.
I have a water skin full of moonshine. So, how would I go about coating him in it? Could I just poke a hole in the water skin and toss it at him?
Yeah, you can certainly try. It'll be a dexterity check to, with disadvantage. You're not used to throwing Molotov cocktails.
Alright. Let's see, so it's just straight dex check.
Yep.
Is that part of an attack action?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Alright, I don't see a way to throw advantage or disadvantage on this, so I'll roll twice. 10.
Okay. 10 does not hit.
10 does not hit, so I managed to lob a now broken water skin on the ground.
You lob it, and it kind of smacks Alina in the back of the head. She rubs
Whoops.
But yeah, you definitely lob it.
It's a flesh wound, drink it off. And as let's see, since I have multi-attack, I'll make one more attack with the condemner.
Okay.
26 to hit.
26 definitely hits.
Alright, so that's since he's surrounded, that's another sneak attack. Alright, so 23, 24, 32 damage total. And let's see,
How much of that was poison?
one of which was poison.
Oh, okay.
I'll move here, and actually, I still have a bonus action, so let's see, what's the range on Hunter's Mark? "90 feet. I Hunter's Mark him. And that's going to be my turn.
Okay. In that case, she is gonna bamf here. No, she's just gonna walk. Nope, you know what? Sorry, she's gonna stay there. She's gonna stay there, and she's going to make an attack with her swords, scimitars. That's a hit. That's a miss. That's a hit. All right. That's 3d6. That is a d8. Holy moly. Alright. Okay, plus sneak attack. What's sneak attack for your level, Macklin?
46.
Okay, sorry. My sheet doesn't list it because of course it doesn't. Okay. Alright, you guys are definitely making some progress on it. And she is going to use her mist walking skill to go here. out of range of its icy blizzardness.
You said at our level, right?
Yeah,
It's 66. He's multi-classed.
so she.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, they have similar ranks in Rogue.
Okie dokie.
Plus, I'm kind of half running her because I don't have her proper build. I just have a leveling guide. Alright. And out of range, it is Ice's turn.
Ice comes up to there. Actually, can I get what? I'll actually make it to there instead. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a hot pepper out of my component pouch. And I'm going to pop it in my mouth, let out a roar as I cast a 5th level. What the fuck is that?
That's dragon breath.
Yes, 5th level dragon breath. And the chosen element, since he's ice and I think it works, I'm gonna go with water. I'll go with fire for now.
Okay.
And he needs to make a dex save as the cone of flaming energy goes.
That's fail. That's an absolute fail. Got a 5.
That's good. 1 moment, please. That's 14 fire damage.
At level 5?
Okay.
Yeah, at level 5, it's 3d6 plus 2d6. So.
Pretty low rolls.
Oh, actually, sorry. Yeah, 5, 3. Oh, I need one more d6. So that is 17 damage instead.
Okay.
Yes, it was pretty low rolls. It was 2 4s, a 3, and 3 2s. I shall put my revolver away.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll move my hands to my scimitars, and that'll be my turn.
All right. Cool. All right. So, Felian and Ice make me Constitution saving throws. Damn. All right. Felian, you and Ice both feel cold sink into your bones, and you feel your body go stiff, but you shake it off. However, you do look over and see Alina is actually frozen solid.
Shit.
That's its
That's not
turn.
good.
And everyone within a 10-foot radius. Yep, every creature within 10 feet must take 4 points of cold damage.
Woohoo! Rolled a 13 on my con check. I still have dragon breath.
Okay. Helena is going to roll another saving throw. As she manages to... You see her freeze. And then you see her manage to shrug it off. But that's her entire turn. Making it Felian's turn.
What's behind the giant? Can Velian get behind him?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's gonna move behind him so he can get advantage on this shit.
We'll just move you there.
Sounds good.
I'm assuming you're staying in melee range anyway.
Yes, yeah, oh yeah. Unnatural 20.
Yep, that definitely hits.
$17 points of fire damage.
Okay.
$25.
Yep.
$12 points of fire damage.
Okay.
$29.
Yep. What's the damage on the last one?
21. Sorry, I was doing the math.
Okay. As you start hacking and slashing and taking good big chunks out of it. I feel like it just went. Alright, okay. I guess it's its turn.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, it's fine. That's my turn.
Okay. Sorry, I feel like I may have botched the turn order somehow, but maybe I'm not correct.
Nope, that's the right turn owner.
Okay. It's pissed off. It's going to take a shot at you, Felian.
Okay, I'm gonna use my Blood Curse of the Eyeless, and I'm gonna impose disadvantage on his attack roll against me, so my eyes just kind of flare up. And even though it does not have blood, it can still feel the pain driven through its body.
Yeah, and it lets out a roar of pain.
And I'm gonna amplify that blood rate so that his next attack has disadvantage as well.
Okay. So that is going to be a 26 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Wow.
$25 points of damage.
Okay.
And no one's within 10 feet of you, so that's good. And that's its turn. Macklin.
All right. I'm gonna keep on attacking it from a distance. What is this thing made of?
Ice.
Oh, I don't roll to see. Nope.
Okay. 17 to hit.
17 just hits, yeah.
Just hits. All right. Let me double check. Hunter's Mark. Does that get higher damage at higher levels? No, it does not. So.
Okay.
All right, so that is 20. That's 30. 2 points of poison.
Alrighty.
Sorry, that's 38 damage total, 2 of which is poison.
38 or 30?
38.
Okay. It's starting to look rough.
Alright, he's going to knock another bolt and take another shot. 25 to hit.
25 hits?
Alright, so that's another d6 poison. 1d6 for Hunter's Mark, 1d6 for Colossus Slayer. Has 26 points of damage, 3 of which are poison.
Alrighty. Slowly but surely, you guys are beating it down.
I'm gonna hold my position there.
Okay. She's gonna do what she does. Run in. Attack, attack, attack. All 3 hit. God damn, that was close to a crit. And she's just taking chunks out of this thing. Obviously, she has some pent-up aggression. You guys might get the feeling that,
I'd be a little angry.
Okay, and...
A nice giant killed her mama.
No, it wasn't a nice giant.
As she just attack, attack, attack. She does all 3 attacks. And then... Bam's back here. Ice, it's your go.
I'm gonna skirt the ice giant so he doesn't get attack of op. And I'll be just at the edge of the range. And I'll use my I'll flourish a bit, pulling out both of my scimitars, and then I spit through the blades of the side. So they're like an axe, but it's just over the top of them, just for flair for my dragon's breath as I attack again. So dexterity saving throw, please.
No.
17 points of fire damage.
Okay. Making it Alina's turn. As she just takes her sword and smashes it across the core of the ice giant. And yeah, she's gonna drop a smite into that. It would be dumb not to.
I smite the ice giant.
Mm. As radiant damage pours forth. And in a flash of heat and light, it is finally smited.
The giant has been smited.
Macklin eases up on the grip on the condemner and dabs his brow a little bit. Is it over? Is it dead?
You see Alina look at it, move forward, and in one swing of her longsword, heads it.
Oof.
Now it's
Good.
definitely dead.
Well, if it wasn't before. Let's see. I'd like to recover my bolts if possible.
Yeah, sure. How
I
many?
would like to recover Whisper from its dead body.
Okay. How many did you shoot there, Macklin?
I shot 6.
Alright, roll me percentile dice.
$63.
Okay. You shot 6. You get 4 of them back.
Okay. Gosh. Its hide is so tough, it bent half of my bolts.
Alina kind of moves here. Actually, no. She's going to move towards the creature. Okay. And start harvesting it. It's the best way to describe it.
Macklin squints and tilts his head a little bit.
So as she begins scavenging bits and pieces of it, Ghost actually comes next to you and kneels down next to you, Macklin, to say into your ear, "They're good for potion ingredients."
Ah, I see.
And yeah, Alina just doing her work
Do
before
we think
standing
that's
up.
all of them?
Hmm?
Do we think that's all of them?
Elena nods. If there were more than one, they'd be fighting each other.
Good to know. Perhaps the next one we come across we can outrun. Lead it to another one.
I don't run.
Oh, do you jog, perhaps?
Towards danger.
Aye. Right, well, that's one problem down in this path. I thought this evacuation point was supposed to be safe.
She nods. And looks to Ghost, and Ghost does hand signals, and Elena nods. Well, this one was a plant. And she kind of kicks the head.
How can you tell?
They're not usually this low.
Hmm.
Plus, it doesn't have any place to... Ice giants tend to build homes.
So then it was lured this way.
Or captured and left here. And you see her start to move forward, continuing down the path.
Mecklin follows, but he struggles trying to get around the... What you would need to cage a creature this large.
Do you say that out loud?
Sure. Capture? How? It's bigger than a house. How do you capture something that large?
You give it a very good poison. Actually, I think they're immune to poison. Have to be some sort of drug, though. Drug it, leave it here.
Hmm.
They can be reasoned with, sometimes.
Not this time around, it seems. Well,
It was lying in wait for innocents to be trying to use this escape path. I was not intending to show it mercy.
what are the chances of its captors being nearby?
She shakes her head. Not their style.
100 miles away by now, yes?
She nods. Create chaos, or set the plans in motion for chaos, disappear before anything happens. It's how we've managed to avert some of their previous attacks.
Well, we should keep our eyes open for more ambushes.
She nods. And you guys scout to the end of the tunnel. Don't find anything. The tunnel opens to a large path, and you can see it's a path sloping down. And there appear to be gates on it. Arcane gates. Or gateways, rather. They're not closed.
Well, it seems we are safe for now.
For now. We should head back to the city.
Belly nods.
And then we should meet up with the rest of our parties.
You're certain this path will be safe now?
She nods. Before pausing and shaking her head. Am I certain? No. But I'll speak with Vesper and have her send some men this way to make sure it stays safe. No evacuation happens without extensive military escort anyway.
Satisfied with the answer, Macklin slides his hands into his pockets and heads back down the path.
Okay. You guys head back towards the city and into the city.
All right, back to the city.
As you look around, most of the fires are out. It looks like things are calming down and gotten under control as the sun starts to rise.
What will you do now that you're evacuating? Will there be plans to rebuild here, or do you all plan to move again?
She kind of shrugs her shoulders. Those plans aren't up to me. I very specifically did not take a leadership role.
Hmm.
It'll be up to Yuri and Joanna.
And so in the meantime, the people will evacuate to
Heartshaven,
Heartshaven and wait it out.
for the moment. We'll likely split the difference and have some people in Heartshaven, most people in Heartshaven, and some people here. It's spring, so it's early enough in the season that we can make sure that Heartshaven has enough crops to... Why am I doing this? And you actually see her kind of shake her head before starting to move forward.
He tilts his head. Is she just slipping the tongue, or?
Roll an insight check.
That's what I'm gonna do. Fuck me, 5 again.
I'll give you advantage.
17.
Okay. It does have to do with city stuff. There's a certain, like, innate kind of leadership quality about her. And she's certainly intelligent enough to be making plans and actively know, like, this is the most logical step and then this is the most logical step. But it seems like the moment she realizes that she's starting to lay out the next few weeks in planning, she just shuts it down.
You know, it doesn't hurt to have a contingency planning check.
She looks to you and tilts her head to the side. It's complicated.
Clearly.
Call it accidental proficiency.
Oh, see, I always thought that was called intuition.
You start thinking like that, that's how you end up the leader of the damn city. Trapped as the leader of a damn city.
He mulls it over. And,
I'm gonna roll a history check for me.
yeah, sure.
Actually, any of you can roll a history check, because you guys aren't hiding this conversation.
It's a 6.
Oh, 11.
11? Okay.
5.
Yes, that's a weird non sequitur.
I don't even know what she's talking about right now.
Ah, the burden of civil engineering.
Did you say you had to see your blind friend?
My Uncle Jocelyn, yes. Alright, I'm gonna go find him. Why don't you meet me at the graveyard? I can teleport us to the safe house.
Ominous.
But but if there's anything you'd like to finish in the city, now would be the time. Hopefully, you will not be returning.
One would hope.
And
Shall we?
she strides off to go find Jocelyn.
Okay.
Do you want to move to Whispers, or are you fine?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming you're probably still front and center.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm still telling this dude to do that. I'm still telling that dude to go do that thing over there.
Mm-hmm. And you do see Alina approach you. Or, no you don't. Never mind. As you feel a hand clasp on your shoulder. A familiar hand.
And what can I do for you, child?
I believe I gave my word I wasn't leaving without saying goodbye again.
Oh, for once you decided to keep your promise.
I'm trying to get better at that.
Where are you heading?
Rosanna.
Is that where the rest of them are?
She nods. Yuri and Joanna
I-
will probably be back shortly.
I could hear that nod.
Yeah, I mean, she's wearing full armor.
Very well. I'm gonna stay here and make sure everything leaves on time.
We just cleared the path north of the Icy Maw out that way.
The temple?
It is destroyed, and
Of
as is
course.
the ice giant.
An ice giant.
Short work.
Oh, I'm sure. He leans in for a hug, gives her a hug. Be safe. Keep everyone safe that you can.
That's what I do. And she hugs you back. Alright, I gotta get the rest and get them out and hopefully fix all of this.
Yeah. Please make sure they fix it all.
As she smiles at you, or she nods to you again, kind of gives your shoulder a squeeze, and you hear her walk off.
He starts screaming and yelling at people. What are you doing, you idiot? Even I can hear that.
And, yeah. Gosh. So, a little while later, probably about 15 minutes later, Alina strolls up to the graveyard again, looking at all of you. Are you ready?
Let's go change the world.
Macklin nods.
Alright. And she pulls a small marble out of her bag and gets close to you all, probably within about 5 feet, standing in the center. Puts the marble on the ground and stomps on it with her foot. That's different marble.
That'd be our luck. I mean,
As you all appear in this room here. So I'm gonna just for funsies. Yours there. It's gonna be Macklin. Because all of a sudden this room's gonna be really full. God damn it, Jocelyn. Stay home. Can you put yourself on the map there? Yeah, there you go. You're gonna be right here.
Huh, this is mighty familiar, but in The Sims.
I have no clue what you're talking about. You are in Rosanna. And as you all appear in the room, we're going to call it for tonight.
We didn't TPK. Yeah.
All right.